what I want to do now is to start to make sure you lock in some of the information and do something with it before you forget a bunch of it tomorrow. And there's 3 specific questions that I'm going to have you guys kind of journal and write down here in a moment. Now, you've heard from Heidi, who I think did an eloquent job of talking all things mixing life with business, being an extraordinary parent, not giving a shit what anybody says about you, being unapologetic about your mission and the way that you want to show up in life. And, then we had Cody, who was really more strategic around leadership and hiring and his profit model and how he runs his agency and builds his team. And then we had Mel, who really talked about the most important things in life, and that is, why are we doing this? We do this for freedom, and then the great irony and the sad irony is half of us end up creating a prison or having less freedom because we're working so hard on our businesses, and it does not have to be that way. And I know that's been a theme when we did our one-on-ones in here with everybody. The theme for many of you was, hey, I'm working my ass off and I don't have any profit to show for it. I'm working my ass off and I don't have a great lifestyle left over by the time I pay everybody and everything out. And so clearly, things need to change for every single one of us so that we can do 2 things. And that would be twice as happy and be twice as profitable. There's nobody in here, I don't care how much money you're making or how happy you are, there's nobody in here, I don't think, that would argue with being twice as happy or twice as profitable. Is that a fair statement? Yes. Okay, so let me write this up here real quick if you don't mind. The questions that I'm going to want you guys to answer on your own is, in order to be twice as happy and twice as profitable, and then we're going to have 1, 2, and 3. Now, I'll tell you what those questions are that you're going to answer in a minute. But here's why I link these 2, twice as happy and twice as profitable. 1, profit was a great big need in this room. 2, too many times we will fix profitability at the expense of our what? Happiness. And other times we will say, fuck it all, it's not worth it. I'm ready to be happy at the expense of what? Profit. So you hire a bunch of people, I'm not going to do work anymore, I'm just going to hire everyone and they're going to do it for me. And look, I'm happy now and I have no money left to show for it. And the problem is, these are the 2 levers that are most typically associated with each other, where when you pull one down, the other goes up, and unfortunately when you pull that one down, the other one goes up. Well, I'm a firm believer that you can have both of them go up. You can be both twice as profitable and twice as happy. It just takes some better brainstorming. So first we're going to have you guys brainstorm as individuals, then we're going to have you guys brainstorm as groups in order to finish the afternoon around this subject. So the 3 questions I want you to finish answering are this. Get my notes up. In order to double my income and double my happiness, one thing I will stop is, one thing I will start is, and one thing I need is. These are the 3 questions I'm going to give you some time to answer and journal to yourself here quick before we break off into groups. But I want to be very clear. One thing I will stop must be related to accomplishing both of these things, not one or the other or something random. One thing I will start must be related to accomplishing both of these things, not one thing or the other or something random. And one thing I need is not like, I need a massage. It's, I need something that's going to help me accomplish both of these things, not one or the other. Yeah, happiness, yes, exactly. But way less profitable. There's so many jokes I'm holding back on right now. All right, any questions about what to journal? All right, so we're going to give you about 10 minutes here to really think through and write the responses to those 3 questions in order to accomplish those 2 things.